All right, hey everybody, welcome to my channel and thank you for coming by. This is my first video and it's going to be a pick a card reading. Today we're going to be doing readings about what's next for you in love. I feel like that's like a simple, fun reading. We all like to hear about what's coming up in love, and if this is your first time with a reading or on YouTube or anything like that, welcome, and yeah, thanks for giving it a try. I think yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we have 3 readings today, 3 different sets of cards I'm going to lay out, and I have 3 objects here that are corresponded to those readings. So for reading number 1, I have this shiny little gemstone here. Reading number 2, I have this little grenade charm, and reading number 3 is this spinel stone. So take a moment, see what your gut feeling tells you or your intuition says, and pick which reading you think will have the answers for you. And keep in mind, this is a general reading. You know, it's for any number of people that watch this video, so take what resonates and then leave what doesn't, and I hope you get something out of it. Yeah, pause the video if you need a moment, and let's get into the first reading. Okay, hey group number 1. This is your reading for what is next for you in love, and this is the little shiny plastic gemstone. Not really. I just chose 3 pretty objects to help with the reading, so not, you know, anything significant, but I think it's cute. Anyway, so what is next for reading number 1, pile number 1 in love? We're starting with just the trusty playing cards. You know, this is how I got my start reading, and my favorite thing to read is just regular playing cards, so we want to see what's coming up. What will be next in love? What's the next relationship like? All right. Okay. Okay, so it looks like, well, first of all, this card is, you know, for a job well done, so it looks like what's coming up next is going to be the product of not a lack of trying. I would say that this is something that you've been wanting a long time, is a partner that, you know, you can trust, one that's going to be there through thick and thin, and that sort of thing. One that you, once again, that you can trust, and that is maybe even able to provide. Not that you can't provide for yourself, but it looks like this relationship is going to be worth it for you. And this card implies that you have either you have your eye on someone, but someone also probably has their eye on you from some situation or maybe interaction that you've had or going to have. And this is home is where the heart is, but it's also a new, a budding new love. So this is like a promising new prospect on the horizon, which is always nice to see. I see here with the 9 of spades that there's been some complacency on your part. Like sometimes you feel resigned to the idea of maybe you know, we always have these thoughts that are a little dramatic sometimes, like I'll just be alone forever. And the idea is, don't think that way. The King of Hearts is here to say, stop those thoughts and go with your feelings. Do you actually want to be alone forever? If it's not the case, you need to cut those thoughts off now, because the Spirit Work card is saying that this is something that we all have to work through. We need to make sure that our self-esteem and the way that we view ourselves is high and noble, and that we remember that we do deserve good things in life and are trying to bring those things about and have them happen. And so negative thoughts and inner talking and these sorts of things are really just beating us down. And once again, you know, it's good to go through struggles. You know, these things help us grow. And once we're dealing with these things, and after a long amount of work put in, we've got this, first of all, the first card of the reading, this job well done. And it looks like you bring in a new relationship that is going to be one worth being in for you and one worth keeping. Okay, yeah, so I have object of affection here. So somebody does really like you, and I think it's the person or whoever it is that has been keeping their eye on the work that you do. And it might be someone that you know through your job, or it could be someone that's maybe like a customer somewhere, or some part of your social circle, some way that they've been able to see you or who you are. Maybe they just look at you on, Instagram or social media and that sort of thing. But it looks like they do like you. And this is the doubts here. So this could be a person that you have in mind, but you doubt that they would actually be into you, or you feel like you don't deserve it. Once again, the same thing I was talking about in the top row is that complacency when it comes to love and your inner emotions and, what you deserve. But this is emotional security, and it's saying that you have to remember you need to be strong emotionally and that you do deserve good things. And here we have this wild card, the Joker. It's kind of like destiny, or the hand that you're dealt. We're all dealt different things in life, but there is always a good play that we can make to come out on top. And this is saying doing just that, making sure that you don't cut yourself off at the knees. And because this person, I think, really does like you. And right now, it looks like you're not talking and you haven't reached out or anything, but the feelings are growing. So this is something good. It is really scary to reach out to someone. So this is the card of, this is like you're currently not communicating, and this is things are not progressing, but the potential and the emotions are growing. So what's next on the horizon does look to be something, okay, yeah, something fun. And once again, worth keeping around. We have this, which is being guarded. So it looks like, so this is being ready for a battle, but there's not always a battle to be ready for. The thing is, getting something in love, getting a new relationship or a new partner, these things, some people fight to keep their partner, but this is allowing something good to come to you and being open to receiving it. So first of all, make sure that this isn't you being closed off, because this is saying things need to open up and expand more and be open to receiving it. So it can be really scary to allow love into our lives. But if we let our guard down when it comes to us and be receptive of it, and remember that we do actually deserve to be happy and share our life with somebody, then it's very easy to let those things through, especially when the opportunity presents itself. This is steady effort and work and these sorts of things, strong, just a strong physical nature. And this could be numerous attempts from the same person that are bouncing off of your shield. And it could be because you don't recognize it, but once again, it could also be just from that kind of fear response that makes you retreat into your turtle shell. So come out of that turtle shell and allow the, the suitor, whomever they may be, a chance if it seems worth it to you. And this is someone who's independent. I call this card the cowboy, and it's someone who has a lot of experience, who's been down the road a long time and looks forward to new things, but has a lot of experience to draw upon. And it looks like this, I'd say, is some of the vibe here is you. So being extremely independent is part of what can make you complacent in love. Like, the thing is, you are looking for someone who can be independent with you and, not a leech or not someone that holds you back. And you're, once again, completely deserving of that, but be open to them coming around and seeing what this person has to offer you. And once again, steady effort and steady work and making sure that you can drop any guards that you have or release any doubt and just see what happens. And then boom, that is, this could be your phone, this can be the internet, anywhere that any way that this person can get in touch with you. It looks like if they do want to talk, it first of all would be maybe a message, a text message, an email. I mean, who knows, could be snail mail, I don't know, but they want to reach out in some way. But also, this is physical touch, and it looks like a intimate relationship, and things could get physical quickly, and maybe more quickly than you expect. And that can be scary if it's been a while, and even if it hasn't, breaching that moment, which is like the first kiss or things of that nature, the first date, these sorts of things. It's just heightened feelings, and it is scary. But once again, it's about letting your guard down so that it can happen, but also, taking the courage to actually, leap into it. Boom. Okay. So this is the crush card, and this is like changing environment. So it looks like things are kind of up in the air and really different right now, but it doesn't mean that your heart's desires cannot be brought to you. And this could also indicate that that this person's coming from outside of your normal social circle, or it will be met in a change at work, or at some function or something. I know there's not a lot of big groups going on right now, but whenever this is able to happen, it looks like that is when it'll manifest. And once again, like your heart's desires and infatuation and these sorts of things will be involved with this person. So it looks like, especially for infatuation to strike early and around some kind of change, they're probably going to be immediately recognized as attractive to you. And I'm sure that they will also be attracted right to you. And then the Two of Hearts, this is alignment. This is coming together, and it is the card of relationships. So, yeah, I would say let this one in, if you feel like it's a risk worth taking. And, yeah, let's throw some tarot on this just to see what else we can get. Ooh. Nice. Okay, so one thing is with this Chariot, first of all, these are two major arcana so far, and that's the major arcana corresponds more to significant life events. So, yeah, all right, so, okay, wow, okay, so this is, I think, someone who knows what they want out of a relationship, and they know what they like about you and that sort of thing, and that they are on their way. But I also think that it signifies that you also know what you want, and that you're sitting in your own driver's seat and taking yourself along that way. That's also part of being independent, like I said with the Cowboy card, and also being guarded in these sorts of things, because another thing about the Chariot, I feel like, is they're really set, and they know what they want to do, and they don't want anyone to interfere with it. And if anyone calls what's going on into question, it can throw you potentially into emotional turmoil or make you act bitter or something like that. So the warning here is, once again, about letting that guard down and softening things. That whoever is coming to you might be a surprise, and once again, retreating into a turtle shell is a normal response. We all have it, but if you can get past it, and with the Fool, allow yourself to kind of take a leap of faith here or do something new, because, and another thing is, this person's intentions aren't bad. This is like, rows of like purity and friendship, and this could be the kind of thing that starts out as a friendly relationship, and then the infatuation develops later, and you don't necessarily see it coming. So once again, you both are in the driver's seat and knowing exactly where you're going, and I think that's because both of you are represented here in this king and queen. So two royal people that is, had many experiences in developing your lives in the ways that y'all see fit. So one of you encompasses the masculine energy, and the other one of you, in whichever one resonates more with you, is probably the one that you are, and then the other one would be them. So this one is the feminine energy, and it looks like one is in control of their emotions, yet still very sensitive, and like sees things clearly and doesn't let things get the best of them, but also aren't overly analytical and emotional and cold. And the other one is, understands what it means and takes to be successful, but is also soft and generous with that success, and looking for someone to share the wealth with, whether that be, knowledge and physical things. And either way, or in, intimate physical connections, once again, with that like Six of Diamonds, with like the physical touch and communication, these sorts of things. It looks like this is sort of like completing the circle. So it's like someone who is really in control emotionally, and the other person who's like really in control and well grounded. And so you would naturally benefit each other in a relationship. And that's actually a really cool set of cards to see. So you have 2 Royals and 2 Major Arcana cards. So it looks like what's next for you in love is going to be a big one. And once again, here with this like job well done, you know, you earned it and you deserve it. And I think that this could be something really, really good. So once again, let it in and give it a chance. And peace be with you. Thank you for coming to my reading, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, welcome, reading number 2. If you chose the little grenade charm, this is your reading, so thanks again for stopping by. And yeah, let's see, what is next for... Oops. Slipped a card out. What is next for reading number 2, for pile number 2 in love? What is the next thing for them in love? What's happening in their future intimate relationships? What is coming up on the horizon? Okay, well, let's see what card popped out. Nice. Okay, so the first reading started out with the 10-2. Let me just take a moment with the first card. Okay, so the vibe I get immediately with this 10 of diamonds here is that, you know, you're ready for the big one. You're waiting for, you know, the payoff. Some of you are already in a relationship that you've invested a lot of time into and are kind of, you know, waiting for the next phase, whether it be someone to finally ask you out, or it could be the taking a relationship from like to love, or even like being proposed to or proposing, or this sort of thing. That could be the vibe that's going on here. The thing is, if you are single or don't really have you know, someone that you're sort of seeing here and there, then this is a sort of like you're hoping for that big opportunity soon, and this is opening up and expanding and opening yourself to love. Maybe you were closed off before, or maybe you've always been open and you try and you've been with a lot of people, but now you're ready to get something more secure, something more meaningful. And for a lot of you, I feel like you are extremely shy about it. Like, it could be that you have a friend that you're extremely attracted to but haven't told them about it. So this is like a friend and this is not talking. And this is saying that I know that you're shy or feel like you're not ready, but I call this card the bartender, the Queen of Hearts. She is here to give you what you need, to help you for a moment to try to do something that you need to do or could be good for yourself, that lets you move on and you know what's going to happen. And a lot of times, you know, once again, it's like the 6 of spades is saying like fear of rejection keeps us from trying things, but everything that, you know, doesn't kill us makes us stronger, and this is growing emotions. But, you know, what's next in love looks like a kind of like a big payout. So this looks like you've been doing a lot of work. Maybe it's like self-work physically, but it could also be inner work and action and energy and time and resources into making yourself a good person, like someone that you feel like you would want to stick around and hang with, and someone that's desirable to others and that has a lot to offer. And I feel like you do have a lot to offer. It looks like you have a lot of depth to your emotion, and you know, are not a hardened, cold soul, and are actually a really good and reliable close friend from this 2 of clubs here. So yeah, it looks like a lot of you are manifesting a very good partner right now, someone who is well suited to you. However, you feel like there's not a lot happening, and that you're not quite sure what to do. A lot of you have, you know, a change of heart, or the way that you feel changes from day to day. Sometimes you do want to be with someone, either in particular, just in general want a partner, and some days you don't, and you enjoy your alone time and your autonomy and these sorts of things, and that's completely valid. And I think this Jack of Clubs, I call it the Fairweather friend, but basically what it is following your bliss and these sorts of things. And it's saying that looking away from, a lot of the time, sometimes it can be someone who wants to bounce, like you're afraid of like having a partner who wants to like hang around for a while but then jets when they meet the next person or after the first fight or something like that. But I would say it being by the 7 of Diamonds, which is like my card of like the physical desire, or like the desire being made physical, these sorts of things, like manifesting exactly what it is you want, like in this being the exact thing that you want being brought from the fantasy and from the imagination into reality, and this being some idea that you can't have it all. Like you can't have someone who is willing to give you your space but is also reliable. But I think this is here to say that you can, because the first card I pulled was the payoff. It's like the return on the investment, the things that you've worked for, and in gathering and achieving exactly what you want. But it takes a lot of emotional security, to try things out and to let people in and that sort of thing. And I feel like you're the kind of person who actually will let this person in. But once again, especially for those of you who are shy, it might take just a little bit of extra time. And once again, depending on where you live, when bars reopen, these sorts of things, you can get into more social interactions and traveling, these sorts of things, more options open up, and it looks like the person that you're bringing in, when you're ready to receive them, is going to be well worth it. Yeah, so once again, yeah, a lot of these like investment of time and energy cards are coming up. So I think that once again, that the first card I pull is what sets the energy for what I'm looking at. So this 10 of Diamonds being like this good payoff, and you getting this like manifestation as well, this like physical desire being brought to light and being made happening in this world. This is when it happens. This is the new beginning of something. Excuse me if you can hear my stomach rumbling, but yeah, this is the Ace of Diamonds, so it's like a diamond in the rough. It's something that is really, really powerful and strong, but it's just getting started. And this is the ride or die partner, someone who is willing to be there with you through thick and thin and help you have what you need. As long as you express what you need, they're willing to do it. So once again, for those of you who kind of are like flip-flopping between like what a relationship benefits you and what it takes away, it looks like the partner that's coming next will actually understand that and be able to provide it. And this is the object of affection. It looks like you'll know when you see them because you'll like them very much, and they will certainly like you too. And this is the relationship card, and it's alignment. It's like two things, people, entities coming together in a way that benefits them physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It's an extremely good card. It's the kind of thing that when you just feel really good about what you're doing and what's going on, and you feel like yourself and you feel alive, there's no doubt or tightness in your chest, these sorts of things. That's the kind of stuff this card talks about, and it's like a huge release and relief for you. Boom. And this is the Diva, main character vibes. So I got the feeling that you know that you're special, and you're not just settling for anyone, and you're looking for the big one or the right one. And that is one of your biggest strengths, because the time that you're spending now preparing for the life that you want to have is going to pay off in the end and bring you that love. So it looks like what's next for you in love is in your control, and that. I get that energy, that that feeling that the people that know you respect you, and they think that things work out for you, and it's just kind of like that. It's kind of like an unspoken thing that people know. Boom. Yeah, Queen of Rods or Wands, depending on the deck. But wow. Okay, so a couple of things here. So we have this Queen of Rods. This is So first of all, she's holding the sunflower. This is someone who doesn't have time for BS and can see through anything, and like, you know, kind of like cuts through the chaff, and is someone who understands like the subtle influence they have on those around them, and you have and this person has a genuinely like positive vibe. I kind of get like this is for you, pile 2 reader, that this is kind of like the energy that you put off and that people can see, and that there's someone who sees that in you and they want to reach out and they want to talk. And this could be someone from your past, someone that has wanted to before, that you've maybe even felt like, maybe, but you kind of put them off till later. They could be willing and ready to come back, but it looks like whoever is here kind of keeps you in mind, and it's someone that you haven't been with before. It doesn't look like a old relationship welling back up and starting, but it could be someone that you do have a history with, whether it be, you know, intimate or not, as someone that has been in your life before. Okay. Oh wow, King of Cups here again. This is like masculine energy of emotional stability. Once again, especially with this King of Spades over here being someone who's kind of willing to put up with a lot to make things work, because that makes things work for them. Like, that's a very ideal partner. Yeah, so okay, like on more of a sexual note, this also could be someone like with the Page of Swords, like just like the way he's grabbing it, I'm like, I don't know, this could be someone who like fantasizes about you. Once again, whether you're male or female or not, like, you know, I get there's like this naked body here. They could be, they, you know, you could occupy some some part of their, you know, private thoughts. But yeah, you're definitely seen by them as someone who is calm, who has like a firm grip on reality, but they also can sense that spiritual side of you, for those of you that have it. But I feel like for you, I mean, pile 2, that, well, besides coming to a card reading, that this idea of like manifesting the correct partner, you just kind of like have like a natural ability within you that makes you understand that good things are coming. And well, yeah, so that's the High Priestess, that's intuition, that's exactly the energy of this card is exactly kind of what I was describing. You know, she has an awakened intuition. She thoroughly understands spiritual matters, and they're at the front of her mind. And she has a lot of, you know, physical knowledge as well, and, you know, realizes that beyond this curtain is infinite potential. And why would she settle? She's waiting for that big one, that payoff that that we were talking about. It looks like what's next for you in love is the diamond in the rough, and I think that could mean that this is a relationship that starts off really cute and flirty, that gets more serious than you expect. But once this happens, you know, you're into it and you're willing to stick it out for a longer haul to see where things go. Yeah, so once again, thank you so much for coming to this reading today, and peace be with you. I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, reading number 3. If you chose the spinel stone, this pretty thing right here, it's a rough one. It's not tumbled or whatever you call it, but this is your reading. And yeah, so I'm going to start off with playing cards. You know, that's my preferred, you know, method of reading, oracle, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's what I, you know, got my start at. And yeah, let's just see what's next for you in love. What's, whoa. Well, that came face up. Okay. So we got the Joker, first of all. Joker vibes, huh? So that's a lot of destiny. That's like the card dealer, the person, you know, that like gives you the options and you get to see what you're going to do with them. So yeah, let's see what is next. Okay. Okay. Wow. So first of all, kind of like destiny, or like big destiny. It's like something, you know, you feel like you're in the middle of this like spiritual miasma or goo. You're like, what could possibly be next for me in love? And it could be that you just moved, or it could be that you've been through a lot. But whatever your circumstances are, it seems like there's really, you know, a lot of fantasizing and a lot of just general like dreaming and thinking about what this could possibly be. And it looks like here we have sort of like a vibe shift, like an energetic shift. You're also making a lot of like physical changes here, and you really want to attract this partner. Now, this is you, this Jack of Diamonds, and this is someone who is in control of their life and the events that take place, and understands that you kind of are in, you know, your own driver's seat. You are the main character of your life, and this is the object of affection. So it could be someone that you have your eye on already. You're kind of ready to go in and ask them out. However, I also get the feeling that this is a person that has their eye on you, and they see you as someone who, you know, don't take no shit, and they find that really attractive, and they're willing to, or trying to go in and, you know, ask you out or get things started. But also, when we put on armor, it's also because we're afraid of getting hurt, and this is incomplete, or the action not taken, destiny not currently fulfilled. But it doesn't, so we're asking what is next in love, and this is like a budding relationship, a new thing, a kiss coming in the horizon. This is more time and energy and effort being put in, and it looks like there's someone who is also hoping to open up and make an offer and like expand themselves in such a way that makes them feel more secure, because their feelings for you are growing, and it looks like your feelings for them would grow too. And it looks like if you were able to come together, that it would be the beginning of a new relationship. But there's also the Queen of Diamonds. I call an innkeeper or a healer. She is, you know, she's when you need rest, when you need recovery, when you need a little bit of time. This isn't just patching things up. This is like healing the wound in order to move forward. So once again, this time and energy and effort, I think, is being spent, and it looks like on both of your parts potentially, that it is getting over past hurts and that sort of thing, and opening yourself up to future successes. And that's this big destiny card here, is the future successes. And next on the horizon is a new relationship, and this is someone who looks to be well regarded in their social circle. This is like my social security card, the Four of Clubs. But it's also someone who creates an environment where you feel like you can talk and you can express yourself, and that you're not being judged. Any area that makes you feel secure. You know, it's like your bedroom. It's like that's your place, your rules. Like somewhere where, you know, you're much more safe physically and emotionally than sometimes in other places. Wow. So this person looks to be watching you. This is the Observer card, and this is kind of like, you know, your phone or social media or the internet. It looks like they've been watching you probably online, and maybe especially a lot right now, since a lot of us haven't been out of our house as much as we usually would be. And this is sort of like a mental block. Like they're not exactly sure how to approach you. Like, do they reach out through you know, through a message or something like that, and it actually kind of like loops in their head a lot. This could be someone that you know and that you've heard through the grapevine is into you, but it also could be someone that you don't know is coming yet. But this is like hanging out, talking with your friends, chatting and planning. It looks like they speak with their friends about you and try to get advice, and who knows, you may do the same thing. But right now, they're not sure. You know, it could be they don't know if you're single or something. But once again, they are trying to get information and get confidence and guidance on what to do, because, yeah, they don't know what to do. and it is causing them a little bit of grief. So it looks like, yeah, they're kind of like, do I do it? Do I not do it? They're very nervous and they have doubts about this. And once again, it's because they see you as like this, you know, shining figure, kind of like you know, someone that they're a little bit starstruck by. And this might not be something that they're used to feeling, but with you, they feel it. And okay, so this is the crush, you know, the heart's desire. There's something about you that makes them want to take the risk. So the two of spades is kind of like being ripped apart by something, but the two of diamonds is it's worth taking the risk because you get out what you put in. So they think that, you know, it's worth risking rejection to ask you out because of the infatuation, the crush that they have. And once again, where we started was, you know, big destiny here. There's something going on that's sort of like greater than any two people. And this is the soulmate card. You know, it's like a deep spiritual love, and it's something that's bringing you two together and drawing you two together. You know, like these two sparks here. And I think that this is someone that you would be quite infatuated with too. And that's always nice. But when it fades, it's good to know that there will be something still there. And yeah, this is an amazing card to get, the soulmate. So it looks like, yeah, what's next for you in love is something big, a pretty darn big change. And once again, if it's, you know, if you were coming at this from in a relationship or something like that, it looks like you did find the right person. So this is beautiful, and I love hearing that. So, wow. Okay, wow. So these cards have also been coming up in other readings. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, this is, you know, taking things into uncharted territory. With the Fool, we have a new experience or a leap of faith, but also good intentions from the outset, like this, like heart, this rose. It's like white and pure of heart and that sort of thing, and someone like willing to take the plunge and see where this goes. And this is, you know, intuition and like being understanding of sort of like the unseen things and like vibes and energy and that sort of stuff. I feel like you pick up on. So when this person comes around, you're going to know. And they're coming with a lot of experience. You know, they have, you know, had, once again, like I was saying, they don't seem to have had trouble asking people out or getting a date in the past. But when it comes to you, it makes them a little bit nervous. And I think it's because this is your high priestess energy. So, you know, and this doesn't necessarily mean you don't have to be like a girl or a boy or whatever. But it's that you have like this like strong, deep energy about you that, you know, we attribute to femininity with like having a strong intuition and this sort of thing. And yeah, they are a little bit scared of getting hurt. They kind of don't want to, they're, you know, going through this asking you out in various scenarios in their head kind of over and over again, and they don't want to close off any options. And like maybe if you're already friends with this person, they don't want to freak you out, and they're worried that that'll end the friendship because they like having you around. And a large part of it, of course, is due to the infatuation, but it's also because they like you as a person. So there could be something like that going on, but also that, you know, just rejection kind of makes people feel like the door is closed. It doesn't necessarily mean, and this could be someone that you rejected in the past, but once again, with this like destiny card and the soulmate card, it looks like someone who is, regardless of what happens or regardless of the risk, there's something pulling at them that's going to make them kind of have to make a move. And oh wow, so yeah, this card is, once again, it's well, it does a lot of times like symbolize heartbreak, but I think at this moment it's just because that they are torn, like pretty much the idea of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. Like they may not have the highest hopes that you will reciprocate this because once again, they may not feel like, and who knows, maybe you've had, like with the King of Spades, like maybe you've had your guard up around them, like you do actually like them, but you've just been holding your cards close to the chest, and so it's just giving them a lot of fear and causing them a little bit of turmoil. But the thing is, like, a heart can ache because someone that you like leaves you, but your heart can ache because you haven't actually started anything with that person and you're scared of losing them without trying. So I think that's really what's going on here. Boom. Once again, justice, weighing the options, you know, what's right, what's wrong. I feel like what's coming up next for you, Pile 3 in love, is really intense, and it looks like a soulmate connection, which is always nice, especially like, and it looks like this is just something that is out in the ether, ready to happen. And there are some circumstances in your life that are making it kind of hard, making both of you a little bit nervous and a little unsure of what to do. But ultimately, what you know what you want, and they know what they want. And yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons and a lot of fear right now, but they really want to reach out and make this work, and it'll be a very strong connection when that happens. So thank you very much for coming by today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Peace be with you, and I hope to see you in another video.